up as a kid. All a nigga wanna have was a Burberry scarf and $3 in my pocket. Instead I got beat with a switch, but I don't give a fuck, but it's on my body. Scars all up on me, but I run around from.
Okay, everybody, so for the first segment, we're going to be talking about Miami Hurricanes football and how they have been one of the hottest teams in college football in terms of the recruiting landscape. And we have my guy NMD TV on. What's going on, NMD TV?
Man, it's just a great time. It seems like we may get some college football, so I'm ready to go. I'm live and ready to go, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on, man. So, Miami Hurricanes football, despite not having a lot of success last season, they're still finding ways to bring in very good recruits. And that is no shortage of anything surprising when you look at the fact that they brought in a 5-star safety in James Williams. So what's your thoughts on that?
I'll tell you right now, Manny Diaz is pulling off miracles right now. And it's really crazy how on fire Miami's recruiting is. And right now there's just rumors, but there's a lot left to be done. But right now you look at Miami, according to 247, they got the number 3 overall class in the ACC and the number 11 nationally ranked. And last week it was crazy because James Williams, out of nowhere, James Williams actually goes to Georgia on a recruiting visit. Before the pandemic, everybody had, including me, James Williams going to Georgia. Well, he goes to Georgia last week, comes back. I guess he went to Georgia to tell everybody he's not coming because when he came back, he committed to the U. A lot of people didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. And it was so crazy that Twitter was trending Miami Hurricanes and James Williams worldwide because it was such big news. So you add him, and that was amazing. But even before that, you look at Miami able to pick up 4-star Jacoby George out of Plantation, one of the best running backs out of Florida, and Thad Franklin, and then Romello Brinson, who had one of the best announcements ever. He brought in a little truck with the video on the back. It was live, but the 6'2", 180-pound 4-star wide receiver out of Northwestern. Miami has done a great job with that pipeline of Northwestern. And then you add James Williams this past week. Everybody's excited, but now everybody's looking at the Palmetto 5. Everybody's looking at Leonard Taylor, Jason Marshall, Collier, Smith. People are looking to see where these guys go. And, man, if Miami can pull it off, it would be a miracle, basically.
And a lot of people are really surprised at the success that Miami is having recruiting, even though Miami hasn't necessarily produced the best product on the field recently. But the thing with Miami is that despite not having great teams, Miami has always recruited very well. Do you think that's well to say?
Well, I will say that. I think Miami's always recruited fairly well. Last year wasn't that great of a recruiting class, only because, the retiring of Mark Richt, Manny Diaz had to come in quickly. He had to get people from the transfer portal. But since we've had Manny Diaz, you look at on the field, things haven't been great. He's only been a year, but the off-season within recruiting within the transfer portal and recruiting high school kids to come to Miami has been top notch. You look at the pandemic. I think the pandemic helped out a lot. To be frank, to be honest with you, last year's season ended terribly. Lost to Louisiana Tech, we lost to FIU, we lost to Duke. But the pandemic gave Manny Diaz and the coaching staff a chance to go out and get these players without the SEC schools really, being able to travel and go in and get the guys. Lack of travel definitely played a part in it. But I always say this. I think the pandemic